Subscribe and press the bell icon to never miss a Mind Body Spirit video. Hello everybody, my name is Suyash. You are watching Mind Body Spirit. Many of you have been recently sending me some questions about a video that Sandeep Maheshwari made on the law of attraction. Now, many of my viewers are not from India. So, Sandeep Maheshwari is a speaker, he's a YouTuber that speaks and makes videos in Hindi about various topics that are pertaining to the youth. And he's quite popular among the youth of India these days. And so, he made a video about the law of attraction, really denouncing it and really pouncing upon the law of attraction. So, some of my viewers got a little worried, what is this? Why is Sandeep Maheshwari speaking against the law of attraction? Finally, yesterday I had a look at that video. I saw that video completely, and so here are my thoughts about his video. And needless to say, I completely disagree because I have experienced the law of attraction countless times. I experience it every day. So if somebody tells me that it doesn't work, well, of course I'm going to disagree with that, but I'm going to talk about that video point by point and really tell you why I disagree with those specific points. Do watch this video till the end and let's get started. So the video starts out with a member of the audience asking Sandeep Maheshwari what he thinks about the law of attraction, and then to start out he says something that I completely 100% agree with. He says that if you want to find out whether it is real or not, try to practically experience what the teachers are teaching you. And I completely agree with that. Instead of starting with this belief that it works, why not just experiment with it, try it and see if it works for you? So that is something that I completely agree with. But then he continues to say that reality is something that cannot be questioned. Now that is something a little weird to me, because isn't everything questioned? So you can say that a specific politician is corrupt, or you can say that he's very honest. Both of these things are being questioned by millions of people, isn't it? Now it has to be either of the two. He can either be corrupt or he can be honest, but there are people, millions of people that believe that he's honest. There are millions of people that believe he's corrupt. One of those is the reality, but it is questioned by millions of people. And isn't anything and everything questioned? God either exists or he doesn't exist, but there are billions of people who say that he does exist. There are billions probably who say that he doesn't. One of those has to be true. So everything is questioned, even reality is questioned. But maybe he meant that reality is something that works all the time. You cannot question that it works, in the sense that if you try it 1,000 times, million times, billion times, every time it has to work, then it is something that can be called a reality. And then he says that laws are based upon absolute reality. That is true actually, but then let's take the example of a car. A car works on the law of thermodynamics. A car works on the law of mechanics, and maybe several other laws which I don't know about because I am not an expert in automobiles. But then we all know that even for those laws to work, the laws that are absolute, the laws that are indisputable, even for those laws to work, there are several factors that have to align. There are several things that have to happen absolutely in alignment in order for that car to move even an inch, isn't it? So if I'm driving a car and I don't really switch on the engine, nothing is going to work. But then that's a stupid example. But let's say my car is on neutral. It is not on a gear which will move the car forward. It will not move. Now, if the car is not in neutral, but it is in the reverse gear, I am expecting it to move forward, but it will move backwards. Another thing that has to be there has to be some fuel in it, right? There has to be some fuel in the car for all of these laws to work. I cannot say, but it's a car, it has to work. It is based on laws of thermodynamics, laws of mechanics. Why is it not working? Well, for those laws to work, there has to be a fuel in the car and a certain amount of fuel. If I say that my car needs refueling, that doesn't mean that the fuel is completely dry. There is some fuel, but it is not enough fuel to actually make the car move ahead. So similarly, when we apply the law of attraction, we have to sort of spend at least a little bit of time. It's okay to not have complete and utter faith in the law of attraction, but for a small period of time during the day, we have to be in that state as if it has already happened. And now if we are able to do that, it will manifest. If we are not able to do that, maybe it will not manifest, or the manifestation will be delayed. That doesn't mean that it doesn't work. If there is no fuel in my car, if there is not enough fuel in my car, that is not basis for me to say that the laws of thermodynamics and mechanics do not work. And so I don't really agree with Mr. Maheshwari on this part. And then he gives a sort of a convoluted example of how maybe some people expect the law of attraction to work. And he says that, if you want to come to one of my seminars and your parents are not allowing you, and you apply the law of attraction for that, Your parents will not magically suddenly come and say, here, take the keys of my car, go and attend the seminar. Well, nobody really expects the law of attraction to work like that. Any law of attraction coach that is worth following will tell you that the law of attraction may not work directly. It may not directly just happen that your intention turns up, but there will be a shift in circumstances. Any law of attraction coach that is worth following will tell you about inspired action. So there will be a shift in circumstances. You will get an intuition from within that this is a course of action that maybe I should consider. When you go ahead in this course of action, that is, you actually undertake inspired action, it will feel really good. You will feel that you're doing the right thing. And so through all of this, your manifestation will actually take place. And so to take something that the law of attraction coaches are teaching and really dumb it down, bring it down to a ridiculous level and then ridicule it to make fun of it, it's very easy, but it's just not something that I think that somebody should be doing in order to prove their point. And then he talks about science. He says that I look at everything as a scientist. I see things as they are. Well, that is true. You should trust the scientist. But I just want to say something. First of all, there are scientific researches in place that to some extent at least prove the law of attraction, and I will soon make a video about that. There is another thing. Even if we don't go into the science of the law of attraction, just hear me out about one thing. 100 years back, there were several things that we know today scientifically that were not known 100 years back. Were those things non-existent just because scientists had not yet discovered them? So science is an ongoing process, whereas nature is there. Nature is eternal. There are so many things about nature. There are so many things that today we take for granted is the reality, but they had not been discovered 50 years, 100 years back. And still there are things that are being discovered. And so anything that science has proven is true. That is absolutely correct. But something that science has not proven is definitely not true, is something that I don't believe in, because science is an ongoing process. We are still 100 years from today, mankind will still be making discoveries about things that already exist. It's just that science has not yet moved to that degree, and I'm sure scientists will agree with that. Isn't science an ongoing process? That is why scientists of today are still relevant. We have not yet discovered everything that is there. We are still doing that, isn't it? And then he says, try it for an impossible goal. Try it for a Kali Pili yellow and black taxi. Manifest a yellow and black taxi in Delhi, which is, that yellow and black taxi normally you will find in Mumbai. And that is something, in fact, that a lot of law of attraction coaches actually recommend. Not an impossible goal, because, when you apply the law of attraction for a goal that is impossible, then through the law of attraction, you will only manifest the impossibility. And so that intention will not really manifest. But a lot of law of attraction coaches, including myself, I have talked so many times that have a goal. Number one, in the beginning, at least when you're a beginner with the law of attraction, have a goal that you will first of all not be very attached to, and secondly, that is something unusual. That is not something impossible, but still something that is unusual for you, something that you have never experienced before, so that when it manifests, you have no doubt in your mind that it was the law of attraction that actually made that happen. And something similar, something like that exactly happened just a couple of days back with me, and I will make a video about that very soon in the next 3-4 days. So if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, make sure that you do subscribe. Then Sandeep Maheshwari actually talks about dreams, and his idea of dreams and my idea of dreams cannot be further apart. Seriously, I respect him as a person for what he's accomplished. He is a great influence on the youth of today. For that, I respect him. I'm sure we even agree on several things, but this is something that I absolutely disagree with him on. And he says that dreamers are unattractive. He says that if there is somebody that is dreaming, who is a dreamer, will that person be attractive? And I think dreamers are absolutely attractive. Why not? Somebody that knows what he wants to do, somebody that has a lot of passion about what they want to do, that is an attractive person. And if your dream is strong enough, of course you'll figure out how to do things. And so I say, dream, don't put any restrictions on your dream. Dream about how you want your life to be. And if your dream is strong enough, your mind will figure out what it needs to do in order to achieve those dreams. And then he gives his own example, and he says that where I am today, I am because I never thought about dreams. I never thought about where I want to go. I just kept focusing on my work. Now, sir, that is perfectly fine, but that is how you achieved your goals. I can tell you hundreds of success stories of people that knew exactly where they want to go. They said that, I have to become a millionaire. I have to become a billionaire. And, they did that. I mean, you can't say that all the millionaires and billionaires, they never thought about becoming a millionaire or a billionaire. And then he says that the best way in order to become a millionaire is to just decide that I have to be best in my field. Again, that is not true. There are so many people that started out with the intention that I have to become rich, with the intention that I have to become a millionaire or a billionaire, and then they in fact changed fields. They tried maybe 7-8 things before something clicked and they became a millionaire or a billionaire. Had they just stuck to one field, they would probably have failed. And so the secret of their success was that they started with the end in mind. They started with this dream of becoming rich, of becoming wealthy, and then they kept changing their field. Instead of sticking to one field, they kept changing their field till they achieved that dream. And so I agree with you that your way is good too, that just keep focusing on your work and success will follow. But then there are so many others that actually have achieved success with the other way. And so different people, different ways of achieving success. Again, before ending the video, no offense to Sandeep Maheshwari. I'm sure that if I watch other videos of his, maybe I'll agree with most of them, but this stance of his about the law of attraction, I completely disagree. I experience the law of attraction every day, and it's not anything personal against Sandeep Maheshwari. Anybody comes and tells me law of attraction doesn't work, I'll say, you know what, I have probably 3,000 experiences with the law of attraction that say that it does exist. And so to any of you that watched his video and is feeling discouraged about it, well, that's your choice. But my recommendation is that don't get discouraged. Law of attraction absolutely works. Try it, experience it, don't give up, keep experimenting with it. Watch some of my previous videos to get a better idea about how you can experience it, how you can become successful with it, and it will definitely work for you, just like it has worked for me thousands of times, countless times. And so that's all for this video. Do share it with your friends and family that you think will also enjoy this video. If you're new here, do subscribe to my channel Mind Body Spirit. If you like this video, please hit the like button. Any comments or feedback, please use the comment section down below. I will see you very soon with my next video. Till then, bye bye.